Hi, Sophia. What's up? Welcome in. For sure. Okay, so is Sebastian manifesting you, Maria? So let's see here. Is Sebastian manifesting you? Let's see. Yes, this person does want to get back together and wants to reunite. You could be hearing from this person and possibly within a few weeks, possibly within 4 weeks or sooner. And that was from Maria. That could also be confirmation that you're manifesting him as well. Both of you guys are manifesting each other. But you're welcome. All right, Sophia, let me scroll up. When will you meet the person you're going to get married to? Let's see here. You're going to be meeting them pretty soon, especially with the Page of Wands energy. It could end up beginning kind of like a hookup energy, okay? With the Page of Wands energy coming forth, all right? And that was for Sophia. And it could be happening possibly in a fire sign season. So it could be happening during Sagittarius season, which is towards the end of the year. Okay, so later end of November leading into the December. Later end of December. That's what I'm picking up for you. Hey, what's up, guys? You're welcome, Sophia. All right, so is your ex thinking of reconciling with you? Ahana, let's see here. Is your ex thinking of reconciling with you? Let's see. I feel like you guys are in a really big argument of some kind, but this person really feels like they lack strength at this time. They may end up coming towards you, but it's going to be very much drama, and it's not going to be for a while, probably several weeks, okay? But you already know this because it's a cycle that's been happening between the both of you guys for a while. All right, next question. Diane, hello. What are the current feelings of A towards you? So let's see here. What are the current feelings of A towards you? This person's definitely involved with somebody else. Okay, you got two main cards that came out for you. I'm only reading one card right now, but with the Empress card coming up in the reversal and the Three of Cups energy in the reversal, this person doesn't necessarily honor you as somebody that they could kind of like commit to. They're definitely just not treating you within your worth. They're kind of giving you that kind of energy, but not really. Okay, it's very, very much a third party situation. This person could be hyper focused on the person that they're more inclined to build with at this time. Doesn't mean this person doesn't care about you or anything like that, but they're definitely involved in a third party, which is influencing a lot of the dynamics of your connection, okay? Hi, guys. All right, so is there anything good coming towards you in love? So let's see here. So is there anything good coming towards you in love? All right, I feel like something that you're not planning, something that you didn't necessarily visualize to yourself is coming towards you, okay? This could be somebody that literally is the complete opposite what you normally date, but this person is very much kind of like there for you, all right? And tends to plan you within their reality as well. This could be happening within a 2-week time frame with the Two of Wands being there. Check on my other phone in a second. It's okay. You're welcome. Hi, Rahi. You were already on my live stream 2 hours ago, and I already answered your question, love. It's one free question a day, okay? But feel free to hop on tomorrow if you'd like. Just feel free to hit the notification bell. I have a very good memory, guys. Hi, Kataki. How are you? Feel free to post your question if you're interested. I'm doing one free card pulls, and then I'm also offering paid readings as well. All that information is pinned in the comments. Just remember, it's one question for free per day, not per live, okay? How does your person feel now that you've cut him off for playing you? All right, so let's see here. How does your person feel now that you've cut this person off? This person's expecting you to say something as well. Yeah. Just as I keep shuffling, I keep getting cards. So definitely a longer reading is needed. But let's get into it. Let's see. How does your person feel now that you've cut them off? Yeah. So what you're not expecting them, it's almost like they feel like you're trying to present like you did not expect them, but they very much are expecting a conversation with you. They're going to give you a little bit of time, but they're going to eventually reach out to you. They don't necessarily hold any remorse about the situation or anything that happened. They're just kind of waiting for you to get to your like cool down period, okay? With the Page of Pentacles energy. But I do feel like it's going to be happening soon, all right? This person's going to eventually reach out to you. You're welcome. Have a beautiful rest of your day, okay? Janelia, hello, welcome in. If you have a question, please feel free to post. I'm doing good, just meditating a little bit with some black obsidian. How are you? I don't have normal answers, guys. All right, so you wanted to know who is your future husband. So let's see here. So who is going to be your future husband? Let's see here. Who's going to be your future husband? It looks like you're going to meet this person a little bit later in life, okay? With the Page of Pentacles that wanted to seep out, then you also have the King of Swords that wanted to come out. Definitely a longer reading is needed, but let's get into the one card pull for you. All right, so who this person is going to be is possibly somebody who has Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in their chart dominantly, whether that be Sun, Moon, or Rising placements, or even Venus placements, okay? This person is also going to be very expressive of their words towards you, of their feelings towards you, as well as their words towards you. They're going to be very emotional, okay? It's also something that is coming forth. This person also has a knack for like physical touch, eye contact, things of that nature. Okay, with the King of Cups energy coming forth in the upright. Oh, love, you can save the date of births. I'm not that type of psychic. All you have to do is just ask me a question and kind of like feel like I already know what's going on in the situation, so I don't need an over explanation of the situation whatsoever. Okay, but I understand because it's common for people to ask that, but it's irrelevant. Okay, so let's go into it. Let's see here. The current feelings for you, Vishal. So let's see here. Vishal's current feelings towards you. This person, okay, is somebody who's very in and out, isn't really stable at this time, just looking for like fun experiences, fun times. This could be somebody who's just only interested in a situationship as of right now, but really loves the spark between the both of you guys and the chemistry that you guys are having at this current time, okay? Things may progress a little bit further on, you know, towards the end of the year, possibly during Sagittarius season. That's really common right now. It's coming out a lot today with the Page of Wands energy coming forth because it is symbolic towards Aries, Leo, as well as Sagittarian placement energy, okay? But that is what I'm picking up for you. This person could also be reaching out pretty soon. Lover's Lane, will you get a job soon? Really need a job. My finances are broken. All right, so let's see here. So will you be able to get a job soon? Let's see here. Lover's Lane. Will you be able to get a job? So what I want you to do is I want you to stop saying that your finances are broken. They're just on pause at this time. You will eventually get a job. You already know that. It's just the timing and the pressure, everything else that's surrounding you is what's creating this kind of like irrational doubt. But let's get into it and let's see how long it's going to be until you receive this job. I feel like you're going to meet somebody who's going to end up pointing you in the right direction with the Two of Cups energy coming forth, okay? This person could also invite you to apply where they work at. You could be meeting this person at possibly a get-together, and I'm feeling like you're going to be very depressed and like not want to go. But for some reason, I feel like you are going to push through anyway and end up meeting this important contact for you, okay? Kiara, why does the Virgo want to reconcile with you even when he's in a committed relationship? Because you are the filler. But let's get into it and let's see here. okay? This person had a really major tower moment between him and a different person, okay? And the person that he's involved with mainly, all right? And this person's gravitating back towards you because they feel like the chaotic kind of like rejection and the back and forth between both of you guys is a lot less aggressive than what he's dealing with already with this other third party situation. So he doesn't really find it as a challenge or pushback or anything like that because truth, all in all, you guys aren't necessarily building anything. Okay, he's actually building the majority of his love life relationship with this other person and promising this person pretty solid things, and you know this, you just don't want to hear it. So that's okay as well. But with the Tower card energy coming forth, this person's coming back towards you and is going to be very relentless because you are that filler for them, the place where they go when they don't want to be alone. Okay, and the easiest route for them to take to get some kind of emotional or physical reciprocation without having to fully invest. That's why. Fairy, please don't ask me dumb questions, okay? When you're a little bit more precise, I can give you an answer. Lola, please, general message for Demi Lola. Let's see here, okay? All right, for Demi Lola, a general message for you is that you have to remain really grounded and focus on what you actually want, not what you think is going to fit perfectly in your life. You have to actually visualize and picture yourself. Like, if you know yourself truly, like, let's just say, okay, let's just say if you're looking for like a new space or whatever, and you know yourself, you know that you go on walks a lot and you like to, search the town, or you like looking around the town, meeting new people. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find a location or find something like that that fits your lifestyle, right? The same thing goes for like career, money, relationships. If you know your energetic frequency, why are you trying to manifest things that you know that you aren't going to really put an effort to sustain? So, like, for instance, if you're pining after somebody who has been continuously, like, maybe a serial cheater or somebody who isn't really giving you primary focus, it will create a lot of confusion for you because there's no sense of stability there, okay? And other things will deteriorate in the process because what normally happens when you are, like, you know, building stability with someone is that, and you're building a relationship with someone, you guys end up moving in together. You have a partner to rely on and they have a partner to rely on as well. You guys rely on each other. But now if all shit goes up into flames, would be basically by yourself, but you have friends and family and people who actually generally care about you and check up on you. So you're not alone like me. So definitely, okay, you have like a support system. There's no reason for you to pine after this person, especially when they're not giving you any emotional reciprocation. The moment that you isolate yourself, remove any help from any friends, family, anybody, and you recognize who truly is there for you in your times of need, things of that nature, the genuine energy will come out a lot more of how people feel when you're not successful or when you're not really like doing anything great or not making any money. The way, listen, okay, if you know you're on a certain path that's going to generate like a lot of money for you in the long haul, yes, there's take some sacrifices that you have to do along the way. Yes, there's some instability kind of things that seem like it's instability, but you're actually on a streamline of stability and you got some numbers to prove it. You understand where you're going. But the person who lacks faith in your dream, your vision, who you are, your progress, is not going to see where you're going. And sometimes it can be as close as a family member. It can be as distant as a friend, okay? Even though we think that they're so close, friends are very distant from us. They don't even come close to touching our blood. Do you understand? So, like, we think it does. It's very much of a mental thing with friends, okay? And then you also have the relationships. And for some reason, I feel like the general message for you is to really pinpoint what you really want, okay? And once you do that, it's going to come towards you because your energy is already in alignment, okay? Is also something that I am receiving for you, okay? But that's what I'm receiving for you, Demi Lola. Laurel J, how will you meet your future spouse? That's a common question. I think I might as well just do a pick a card reading on it. But let's see here. So, really help. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. You're welcome, love. Thank you, okay? I hope you have a beautiful day. How will you meet your future spouse? Laurel J, how will you meet your future spouse? Let's see here. You're already in connection with this person. It looks like this person may have rejected you in the past as well, okay, with the Lover's card energy coming forth in the reversal, all right? And I just got like super hot all of a sudden. So I do feel like this person may have some fire sign energy. The both of you guys may go head to head with some things at times, but it could be during Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius season. You said yes, you're right. Okay. Hi, Diamond Heart. Hello. You didn't expect him to be your future spouse, but you're investing constant energy within this person relentlessly. And he's in another relationship currently. Yeah. But is he, though? You know what I mean? Is that a relationship if he's talking to you? Really think about it. Okay, I know you have. And really think about it and just be like, is that really a relationship, though? It might be on paper. It might look like a relationship. It might even smell like one, too. But when you go there and you really observe it and you really like look into it and you see, damn, he cheats on her all the time. He don't even like this woman. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. Maybe he does, but if he really did, would he do that consistently? I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't feel there's anything for you to be jealous of in that situation. But I do feel like this person has a tendency to lack loyalty, okay? So you may have some issues with that. I don't even know why he's with her. He cheats constantly. Sometimes it's political, okay, and social, okay? And a lot of the time it's monetary and what they receive from that relationship, okay? I'll tell you about the first boy I ever dated. The first boy I ever dated, his name was Josh. Okay, actually, I don't even know what zodiac sign he was. Actually, he was a Capricorn. I remember because his birthday was in January. I remember that. And I was chunkier growing up and stuff like that. So he only dated me. I found out that he only dated me because my mom was taking him to like Disney World, Universal, going out for bowling, and like he would eat with us and all of this stuff that he wasn't really getting like at his house. And I found out because somebody was like, yeah, he thinks you're so ugly. Like he doesn't even want to be with you. I tried calling him. His mom would answer the phone and would be like, yeah, he doesn't want to talk to you. He doesn't want to do anything. I was like, I think like an not eighth grade. It was 8 or 9 or something. It was before my mom like made a major come up and ended up buying like an over $500,000 house. Like that was before that, okay? She bought like 2 houses the same year, actually. And she made one of them into like a rental property. She's, Taurus Gemini, so that's just gonna happen. But anyway, so just a little bit of a tidbit. Sometimes people will be with people because of what they get out of the situation. And yeah, maybe they might like their personality sometimes, but if they really genuinely love this person would love to have sex with them. They will wait up to have sex with them. They would, plan certain like encounters, different things, and maybe they do that to keep face in the relationship. But generally, all in all, I mean, this person has some form of unhappiness, okay? And probably has a hard time figuring out what genuinely makes them happy, okay? Some guys are stupid. No, girl, I was like 8. It was, it's no big deal, okay? He looked like Josh Hartnett. Not Josh Hartnett, Anakin from, you guys know I'm talking about, Hayden Christensen. He looked just like him. Like, no cap. He looked just like him. And yeah, but he just didn't, I was this chunky girl with curly hair and gap teeth, and I had horrible style. The only thing I knew how to do was make music and paint and do all this creative stuff and play the flute and play the saxophone and like freaking write songs all the time. And I was friends with everybody in the school, so I wasn't a clique. I was just a part of everybody's clique. So I was friends with the popular kids, I was friends with the nerds, I was friends with the jocks, I was friends with everybody, but no one sat at my table because I didn't allow it. Do you understand me? So it was horrible. But at the same time, it's just I don't like talking to people while I eat, because most of the time I had really strong intuitive thoughts when I was younger. So I would kick people off of my table. I'm not even kidding. I'd be like, do you see anybody sitting here? Just me? Don't talk to me. And they would all be curious. But I wasn't a bad kid. The only thing that I went to like in school, quote unquote, suspension for was like wearing Uggs. Because my sister had gotten like these special design Uggs from Ecuador when she went and flew, and she brought me back like a gift. Anyway, and I wore them to school, but because they didn't have hard bottoms, they brought me to instant suspension. And then the next day, I kid you the fuck not, I wore jeans with like, I think like a rip on my knee, just one rip. and they sent me into in-school suspension because they were going to force me, get this, because of that one little rip that was showing one area of skin on my knee. Think about this. They want to put me in basketball shorts, which show the entire portion of my calves, ankles, and my chunky ass thighs that people made fun of me for in freaking gym class. So I refused, and I sat in school suspension. They made me call my mother again, and my mother said, if I get a call one more time, I'm putting her in homeschooling. That's literally what happened. That's literally what the fuck happened. My mom got another call. She was a single mom working all the time. She couldn't keep going back and forth. You think my father is gonna show up? You think my stepmother would show up? She's probably busy doing some other shit for her real kids and her real family. She don't give a shit about me. When the fuck has she showed up for a parent-teacher conference, a dance, showed up and brought some treats for the class? She didn't do shit like that. So whenever they're like, oh yeah, she loved you, where is it? Where is it? Is it just where everybody else can see, where my dad can see? Is that where that is? So like I'm trying to tell you, like I was completely fucking bullied. And they put me into in-school suspension again. Okay. And my mother took me out and she put me through Florida virtual school. I finished that semester like fucking that. Then she put me into Penn Foster, which is like a private homeschooling. She paid the tuition for that, and I had to study and I had to do all of that. Okay. I also helped my brother graduate with that program before as well. So he has me to thank for graduating high school as well as getting married. Okay. He has a lot to be grateful for me in his life. All right. And from his mouth. All right. If it wasn't for me, a lot of the shit that's going on in his life right now, a lot of the happiness, a lot of that freaking having those kids and all that stuff. Sorry, honey. Without me, that would have been a very negative element. So congratulations. I'm not even fucking kidding. I'm very upset at my brother. If I could literally bitch slap him, I would. I'm not even kidding. No, she doesn't know that he's cheating on her for 2 years multiple times. Yeah, let it ride. I would let it ride and just let her find out, and you separate yourself and just let him deal with that, because that was his choice. You know what I mean? It really was. This person shares no soul bond with this person as much as you think they do. If it's not a legal document signed, if you did not say a verbal vow to this person, okay, you are not married to that person. You're dating. Both of you are living in, all of you are living in sin. Technically, if you really want to get technical, all of y'all. It's not adultery if you're not married. What the fuck are you talking about? At that point, it's just lust. So what are you getting to? Do you understand? So when people are like, oh yeah, he's cheating on this person, cheating on that person, cheating the game, because there's rules to the game, right? So this person is cheating the game, not necessarily cheating out of vow. You know what I mean? Which is a lot stronger. But anyway, but I get it. You know what I mean? It reminds me of a couple I know. They've been married for 8 years. She's not even aware, and it's quite obvious. Yeah, well, some people, they get so used to like a certain routine and they'll feel energy fluctuations, then they'll begin accusing their partner, and then that partner gaslights them thinking that they're freaking mad, and you don't even know what that woman's going through within that connection. You know what I mean? So even though she's in planet oblivious, is she though? You know what I mean? Maybe that's where he put her. You understand? But anyway, but let's get back into the question. Sorry, guys. So what's coming new towards you in your love life this year, Ariel? Ariel. All right, so let's get into it. So what's coming new towards you in your love life this year? All right, so with the King of Cups energy coming forth, this could be somebody coming gravitating towards you near Pisces season, okay? This is the closest season to us. And it could be somebody being a little bit more emotionally expressive to you, okay? Maybe you're used to, like, let's just say if you were dealing with the King of Swords, the only thing you're going to see is your reflection in whatever they say. So a lot of the times it's projection that goes on a lot with air sign, relationships and things of that nature. I'm an air sign. I'm not talking shit about air signs. I'm just letting you know the truth. What do you see in a sword? Your reflection, correct? So in communication, whenever they give you communication, the King of Swords communication, it's projecting out their own feelings in a way. Okay, so anyway, so with the King of Cups though, what you see is the ocean. You also see your reflection, but you can dive deeper into that if you look past the projection and see deeper into the emotional responses. Anyway, so it's a different life path with the King of Cups. Anyway, so the King of Cups energy, and it's very like spiritually intense, okay, because there's no avoiding your emotions with the King of Cups. It will be like literally you'll talk about it head on, and it will be an emotional conversation, but a necessary emotional conversation. It's actually a very good like energetic release to do that. So anyway, so it looks like this could be gravitating towards you. Maybe a really intense conversation from somebody, or a love confession coming your way, possibly from somebody who has water sign in their chart, or this could be coming in during a water sign season, okay, which is around the corner. Libra season just goes like that. It doesn't really, I feel like everybody thinks that Libra season is so long, and I'm like, it's the same, length as almost every other season, but I don't know why. I feel like it just goes by so fast, Libra season. All right, Diamond Heart, does Ilias want to offer you a relationship? So let's see here. Does Ilias want to offer you a relationship? I feel like this person is waiting for the right moment, but they could be tied up in a different situation, or they're waiting for the right moment to kind of ask you. It's almost like they're waiting for some divine intervention or something to happen to release them from some kind of stronghold that they're attached to. This could be a third party situation, or this could be like somebody who just keeps coming in and out of their world. Okay. And they're kind of looking for stability. And if you were that person kind of coming in and out of their world, then it's hard for them to kind of feel stable with you, But that's what I'm feeling. You said, yes, you're currently in no contact. So that explains why he's kind of waiting for some kind of divine sign as well, okay? That you hadn't gotten over that emotional hump a little bit and stuff like that. So what are Mahdi's current feelings towards you? What are Mahdi's current feelings towards you? All right, this person wants to reconcile with you. You did get an additional card. Okay, this person could be reconciling with you through the internet and possibly traveling towards you, but this person definitely misses you and has a lot of like reminiscing moments, okay? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder how you are. Hey, what's up? Feel free to post your question whenever you're ready. You said maybe that's a sign. Baby, what will your person feel when you move on from him to another guy romantically? So, okay, let's see here. He may end up having some choice words to say to you that are going to cut deep, and also this person may end up regretting saying those things later, okay? This person could have an air sign moon. But let's get into it and let's see. All right, so what will your person feel when you move on? They're going to be very impatient, and they're going to want you to end that situation because they feel like it's false. They may end up reaching out to you and trying to offer you some form of like offer, like, and it won't be like what you want. It will be close to what you want, but not exactly. So let's just say if you're like, you want to live together, this person's now going to ask you to sleep over for the weekend, as if that's like a fucking filler, but it's a breadcrumb. You know what I mean? It's a breadcrumb. So this person's just breadcrumbing you, Hansel and Gretel. You just gotta find Gretel or Hansel or however the fuck you want to say it. But this person with the Temperance card in the reversal and the Ace of Pentacles, they feel like you were impatient with accepting this offer of somebody else as well. Okay. And they feel like that is going to push you back on like receiving commitment from them as well, which is like really narcissistic. Okay. But at the same time, I get it, but it's kind of narcissistic, especially if they were playing you and pushing you back and stuff like that. They just want you to stay. And that's like really traumatizing. Okay, other people will deal with it, but it's just it's like really traumatizing. You know what I mean? Oh my god, the hypocrisy. He already has a girlfriend and you see what I mean? I knew it. I was like, I know I'm not talking shit. I was like, I know this person played in this woman's face. Like, I feel it. I was like, there's no, you know what I mean? So it's all right. You're welcome. Where will you meet your next person, Mary Jana? So let's see here. Where will you meet your next person? Where will you meet your next person? You said he's playing her as well. Yeah, but I don't know why I feel like she knows. I just keep hearing She Knows by J. Cole. 9 of Pentacles energy. You are going to meet this person in your element. This could even be like in nature, okay? This could even be like at a farmer's market or like an outside event, okay, that could potentially be happening. This could also be somebody who eventually is invited over to your home, is also something that I'm getting with the 9 of Pentacles energy. This could be like through a mutual friend as well. But the 9 of Pentacles does signify September energy and Virgo energy. So it could be this month that you end up meeting this person. But that's what I'm getting for you. You're welcome. And also, I just posted a reading for New Love. Feel free to check it out. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off soon. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else would like to submit a question. Hi, Suzanne. For sure. I have no list, so the mindset of being skipped is irrational. Okay, so feel free to post your question. Where on my channel does it say that I have a list? Where? In the description box? No. It pinned in the comments? No. In the title? No. In the image? No. I don't have a list because people, I'll put them on a list, I'll call their name, and they will be nowhere to be found, and I end up wasting my time. So if you're here, feel free to post your question, okay? Just like how it says in, everywhere. All right, so what is coming in love for you? So let's see here. So what's coming in love for you? All right, so it looks like during Sagittarius season, you're going to be manifesting pretty strongly, okay? Sagittarius energy keeps coming up, so it lets me know maybe around a 2 to 3 month time frame before some real progress is starting to happen. But with the Queen of Wands energy coming forth, I do feel like this person's going to be pretty feisty and find you very attractive. But mainly, it's going to be you taking the lead to find this person. I don't feel like this person's going to find you, or it's going to be a random encounter. This could even be happening like online is a big one that I'm getting as well, okay? So I feel that. You said you're Sag. All right, cool. So with the Queen of Wands energy, that gives you even more confirmation. This could even be like at a birthday party of some sort for yourself. But I'm not feeling an in-person meeting. I'm definitely feeling like online with this new person, okay? Who your future husband is exactly. All right, so let's see. Who is your future husband? All right, so let's see. Who's your future husband, Suzanne? So it looks like you already know this person with the Ten of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal. This is somebody that you recently or maybe had a falling out with and you thought that was over, that you guys are never going to like progress past certain barriers, But you guys are going to be able to pass certain barriers, okay? And you guys are going to be able to like revitalize things. I know, you're probably like, oh no. But inside of you, your soul's probably screaming, oh my gosh, yes, I always kind of knew it. Is also something that's coming forth with the Ten of Swords energy in the reversal. It's going to be revitalizing, okay? A solar eclipse energy was doing that to a lot of couples. They'll either have like a major blowout and they'll end up either coming back together stronger than ever, or they're some of them actually got engaged, like the stronger than ever, some of them actually got engaged, all right? And some people I've noticed are getting a lot more confirmation from their person, okay? And wanting to create and conduct plans is also something that's coming forth a lot, is what I'm noticing from like the various readings that I've been doing. You said you're just 23. You said you wanted a new person. You're just 23. Oh, Lord. Girl, I got married when I was like 20. And then I got divorced, but that's completely a different story. That was a completely different situation. But I got married pretty young. And I'm not going to be getting married to anybody else that I do not want to last forever with, okay? And that means I'll want to go through arguments with you. I want to do it all with you. Besides that, if I don't like your face, you know what I mean, then I'm not trying to get married to you. And that's like a really big thing that I'm starting to discover too. But you're welcome, love. You said, I guess I can't escape it. Of course you can, if you want to, but you just don't want to. You kind of want him to change for the better and to make those little tweaks because everything else is kind of really magical to you. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? But that's what I'm receiving there for you, love. Also, guys, I do offer private readings. I get them delivered by 9 p.m. US Eastern Standard on the daily. So if you guys are interested, feel free to submit. All that information to book with me is down below in the description box, guys. And also, I do have another pick a card reading that I just posted. It's on New Love. I uploaded it this morning. All right, guys, I am going to hop off, but I hope that you guys enjoyed the free session. That's going to be my last free live stream of the night, but I am going to be available for personal reading, so definitely reach out if you guys are interested. Bye for now, guys. Emily. Feel free to ask, Emily. You're going to be my last one. All right, so why will your spouse fall in love with you? That's a deep question. Because there's so many layers to it. It suggests that you really don't understand why anybody would actually truly fall in love with you, which makes me sad because I understand that feeling. So let's go into it and let's see. Dearest love, there is not a day I want to spend apart from you. I don't care what mood you're in. Come sit with me. Talk to me. Let's laugh together and let's let this wave of emotion pass as we drift off together. Okay? This person is going to really, really love you because of how much you are there for this person, despite how they feel, whatever outbursts that they give. You are going to be emotionally stable for this person, okay? To like where they really feel like they could put you through it, but you would still stay. And they're really grateful for that as well, okay? I'm gonna read one more because this one flipped up for you. Dearest you, the life that used to mean everything means nothing without you. How did I get this lucky to find love this real? I thought that stuff was for fairy tales. So even though you don't see it, your energy is pretty high vibrational to the point where it might, quote unquote, annoy other people. I literally had somebody say, you're too high vibrational. I was like, so what did you want me to be? Say it. Say it. And she was like, well, you know. I was like, well, you know what? Low vibrational? It would be like you. You want me to not have hope whatsoever? You want me to just sit in the middle of the road and just drink ibuprofen, the bottle completely empty, and just fucking let a car run over me a couple different times? You know, I'm dramatic as fuck. Okay? I will go there. But what I'm saying is that, like, you have to understand that you are high vibrational. Your energy is kind of like what they wrote Princess is about. Okay? And it's not, I'm not saying that like, oh, you're a princess, you're so finicky, whatever. They made it such a negative connotation, but the minute that you call a man a prince, it's like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. But a woman, you have princess-like energy. Have you ever seen that Cinderella movie, the one with Camila Cabello? All right. I'm just keep hearing if there's a million to one. That energy is your energy that you were born with and meant to cultivate, okay, and inspire other people with. And that doesn't mean, oh, I have to have this huge mega platform. I got all this freaking pressure on myself. Da 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 da. No, it just means that anybody that you come in contact with, you don't even know if they are actually contemplating about tonight's their last night, or their day is today's their last day. Like they don't want to tell anybody, but they know inside they've already made peace with that. And you're like, you know what, even though this day kind of sucks, like, I'm really happy we had bagels today. Or like, I'm really happy that we had this today. And your optimism, even I know it's so minimal or whatever, but like, your optimism actually helps them see the brighter version of their life from a different perspective. So even though the low vibrational people didn't really understand that, or they wanted to, quote unquote, tone you down, or they wanted to kind of strip your light away piece by piece, it really doesn't matter, because what they were trying to do is they were trying to strip your light away so that they can obtain just a little bit of piece of it for themselves to have on the back burner just in case. But yet they would like to kind of like come down on you pretty hard. So it's about you having that kind of energy and being like, you know what, this is how I am. Yeah, I sing sometimes. Okay, yeah, I dance sometimes, and you know, whatever. Or if I want to do, you know, if I want to paint, I'll paint. Like that kind of energy. Yeah, I'll be creative, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. And I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not even really sorry. I feel bad. I feel bad for you that you have no light in your life like that, for you to just go into a hobby or go into something that brings you joy. I feel really bad about that, but you're more than welcome to join me. But I'm not gonna welcome you to downgrade me throughout the process of this. Like, you're not gonna belittle me while I'm doing something I love. It's just not gonna happen. Like that kind of energy. And you have to be assertive with that energy. The minute they bring up, oh, well, you painted kind of horribly, or then, and they're just like, oh, you can't take a joke. You're right. I'm sensitive as fuck about my energy because I have to retain it and clear it out afterwards. So something that seems so simple and a joke to you, yeah, it might be a joke to you, but I'm very sensitive. I've gone through a lot of different wars in my mind, and this is adding to that war. And if you don't have the ability to be sensitive towards me, or if I'm too sensitive for you, then maybe you're a bit too harsh for me. And I don't really want you around my energy because I'll crack. So like that kind of energy, all right, is what you have to like dive into a little bit more. You know what I mean? You said, yeah, I'm sensitive as well. So you know what I mean? But I didn't lose my innocence and spark. There have been many people who tried to lower my high vibrational energy, but I didn't lose my innocence and spark. Exactly. Okay. And I don't know why I'm getting glitter energy, but like, be yourself. Okay, seriously, the people who really like you are going to follow you or get in contact with you because of how similar your energy is to theirs, or what they have envisioned in their mind you are. And that has nothing to do with, oh, you're greater than this person, or you're better than this person, or whatever. That has everything to do with, damn, you're walking inspiration for another person who didn't think that it was possible to be that expressive with themselves and still be accepted. You know what I mean? So it's about things like that. But it can be twisted and played in different ways, but that's what I'm receiving for you, okay? I hope that gave you some insight and a little bit of light for your day. You said a guy even broke your heart recently. I'm still hopeful, even though I got played really dirty by him. And it's probably because, you weren't really reciprocated any of that emotion back towards you. You know what I mean? So you're just like, well, I'm used to being the light of someone's life. I'm not really used to them being the light of my life. I'm not used to shining together. I'm used to shining over somebody so they can have the spotlight. Is also something. You know what I mean? I stopped talking to him. Yeah, just create some space, focus on you. But really, what I mean by focus on you is that literally, I mean that. Like, focus on you. When you're at the grocery store, don't think, he might like, no, you know what? I might like him to be a better man, and he is not. So I'm going to put this can of soup that's his favorite back, and I'm going to go and get my favorite can of soup. And you know what? And you're probably like, well, I don't want to be selfish. No, you're being fair. You're being fair to your energy. Okay? Don't be buying everybody an ice cream cone and all this stuff if you know all they're going to do is just freaking eat the ice cream cone and then still keep a ledger on what you owe them or whatever, quote unquote, even though you technically probably already paid them back. You know what I mean? Yes, thank you for the beautiful ice. You're welcome. Okay? I'm my own best friend. Well, same here. I'm an Aquarius. So that's just how I am going to be for the rest of my life. I know that because I've met like an older Aquarius, and he'll just like come in and just be like, I can live by myself. I don't need anybody. And I'm like, what the hell? You talking to the co-creations that you fucking made. Of course you need somebody else. This is humanity. If you're protecting everybody, of course you need everybody. It doesn't make sense. Of course you can live by yourself, but you're gonna need everybody else to supply the fertilizer that makes the freaking trees. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like to freaking make the trees grow healthy so that you can breathe healthy. You know what I mean? Everybody's breath contributes to the cycle of oxygen. Anyway, that's like a scientific thing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off. If you guys do want a private reading with me, feel free to check it out. All that information is down below in the description box, guys. Bye for now.